For a January 2024 release, ISS has a plot that audiences can really enjoy. It's a thriller that stands firmly in said plot, even though its characters float for most of the film. Set on the International Space Station, hence why it's called ISS, the film tells the story of 6 crew members, 3 are American and 3 are Russian. Down below on Earth, a nuclear war breaks out between both the US and Russia, and both parties on the station are told by their governments to take control of the ISS by any means necessary. For starters, we must somewhat understand a little bit about the International Space Station. It is one of the few, if not the only, real collaborations between Russians and Americans after the Cold War. There is a sense of pride in it because, down here on Earth, those countries conduct business like exes who have to speak because they share something together, and that something is a lot of power in the world. However, up there, politics are aside at all times, because, as the saying goes that you'll hear in the film, the important thing is that we stick together. The main focus of the film is bioengineer Kiera Foster, Ariana DeBose. She's the one who looks out the window first and sees bombs going off below, thus kicking off the cause for all the tense moments that will soon follow in the film. Screenwriter Nick Schaffer gives us little moments early on that show us that, although it's a positive atmosphere at first, the invisible boundaries of people from different countries interacting are still prevalent. Early on, there is a near argument between Gordon, Chris Messina, and Alex, Pilouis Bake, over the song Winds of Change by the Scorpions and its significance. The characters Gordon and Veronica, Masha Mashkova, have a romance, thus bridging the gap between the two unions on the space station. So when it starts to hit the fan, lines are drawn, political views are weighted, and tribes are formed. A tense atmosphere is on the ship, but we've seen better films with scenarios like this even if they don't take place in space. There is really no foreshadowing going on in the movie, it's not hiding anything for a big reveal. Director Gabriela Caprathwadi shoots the film like it's a horror movie, but it never gets any bloody or goes that extra mile of having a dreaded sense of isolation or a guaranteed death. There's also a lot of unneeded backstory to DeBose's character, Kiera. She mentions that an ex cheated on her, which is why she has trust issues and likes to go it alone. Okay? What's that got to do with the Second Cold War starting in space while World War III begins down on Earth? Maybe it's because, well, here it is once again, the important thing is that we stick together, and trusting others right now who may be deemed the enemy is hard to do. It's a line that pays off big late in the film. However, that's all that really pays off. ISS doesn't develop its characters, and that hurts the stakes of the movie. It's strange to see that this is how Ariana DeBose followed up a landmark Oscar win for West Side Story a few years ago. ISS presents itself with a great premise and special effects that, yeah, we saw 10 years ago that look better in Gravity, but it meanders a bit with trying to give its audience a heart-racing moment. For a one-location film, there is no sense of claustrophobia or not being able to hide from the enemy. Its attempt at being a high-stakes science fiction thriller crashes and burns to the earth below.